Hello friends, this is our third lecture on a chapter electromagnetic induction. Today's topic is a self-inductance and a mutual inductance. First, we are looking forward a self-inductance. Question arises, what is meaning of self-inductance? The production of induced EMF in the coil, or you can say in the circuit also, due to changes in current in the same coil is called a self-induction. Again one time, a production of induced EMF in the coil or circuit due to changes in current in the same coil is called self-induction. Means actually what happens there then? Suppose we consider a coil which is connected in series with a rheostat, battery and key. As soon as key is closed, supposed to be, then what happens there then? Current in the coil steadily goes on increasing and reaches to its peak value. Before reaching to peak value or maximum value, then current goes on increasing. And as current goes on increasing in the coil, what happens there then? That means it produces a magnetic field in surrounding space. As current increases, a magnetic field also goes on increasing. And the coil itself situated in its magnetic field. And so then what happens? According to Faraday's law, a EMF is induced in it. This induced EMF is called as a back EMF, and it sends a current in a opposite direction, or it opposes to flow the current which is sent by the battery. And this current is called as a, that means this tendency or this opposition to the current is called as a reluctance or inductance. Okay? But after certain time, current becomes steady in the circuit. Means initially the current goes on increasing, and after certain time this current becomes steady. Then coil is in fixed magnetic field, and as it in fixed magnetic field, then no EMF is generated in it. So this reluctance or inductance produced in the coil when current goes on increasing. Thereafter we go through another thing. When key is open, then current goes on decreasing. As current goes on decreasing, look this figure here. And as current goes on decreasing, coil again situated in decreasing magnetic field. Because current decreases, magnetic field decreases. And as current goes on decreasing, a magnetic field decreases, then coil situated again in decreasing magnetic field, and again EMF is induced in it. But this EMF sends a current in the same direction. That means initially coil opposes to flow the current coming from the battery during the making of the circuit. But during the making of the circuit, it sends a current in the same direction to increase the current in the circuit. This is a electric inertia. Okay. Thereafter we go through a expression through it. This is a conceptual understanding of the self-inductance. Means coil does not want to increase the current in it or EMF in it. So initially in this section, first part, during the making of the circuit, it opposes to flow the current. Means by sending current in the opposite direction, means in this direction. But when current is steady, and as current is steady, then there is no inductance. Means coil magnetic field is fixed, no EMF is generated, and coil remains as it is. But as soon as current is goes on decreasing during the breaking of the circuit, then what happens? Coil does not want to decrease the current. It sends a current in the same direction, or it tried to increase the current. Just like as a mechanical inertia as discussed in previous topic. Means suppose again I am taking this concept again. You are in the bus is at rest, you are also at rest. But bus start moving, you don't want to go along with the bus because you are having tendency to maintain your state of rest. Thereafter, when bus is moving with constant speed, just like as the current is a constant, then when bus is moving with constant speed, then you are adjusted yourself, you are remain steady. But and you are also moving along with the bus. But as soon as driver stop the brake of a bus, then what happens then? You are having tendency to move forward direction. I mean you don't want to stop. I mean initially when bus starts, you don't want to go along with the bus. But once it is in motion, you are also in motion. But once it want to stop, you does not want to stop. Meaning you want to maintain your state of rest, or you want to maintain your state of motion. Exactly same thing is here. During the making of the circuit, when current increases, this coil does not want to increase the current in it. And then it opposes, or it relucts or sends a current in opposite direction. But as soon as current goes on decreasing due to breaking of the circuit, coil does not want to decrease the current. Just like as you are in the motion, you want to maintain your state of motion. Okay, such type of thing is there. Then we go through expression for the self-inductance. Let us say, consider a coil or circuit in which current is changing. The changing current with vary the magnetic flux linked with the coil, and hence an EMF is induced in it. At any instant, let phi be the flux linked with the coil corresponding to current I. Mean phi be the flux linked with the coil corresponding to current I. Then it is seen that a magnetic flux is directly proportional to the current. Means more the current, more the field, more the flux. Means more the lines of forces, more the flux. Okay? Or you can say equal to sign is taken, then constant of proportionality. Here L is the constant of proportionality. Or you can take here L equal to phi upon I, where L is the constant of proportionality called as self-inductance or coefficient of self-induction. This concept is just similar like as V is directly proportional to I, Ohm's law, and V equal to IR. R is the constant of proportionality. Or another concept studied in electrostatic chapter, Q is directly proportional to V and Q equal to CV. C is the capacitance. Here R resistance in Ohm's law, C capacitance, and here phi equal to Li, L is the inductance. Okay, it is self-inductance or coefficient of self-induction. Thereafter, suppose this coil consists of n number of turns. As this coil consists of n number of turns, then we take here this flux phi equal to n into phi b. Here phi b be the flux for 1 turn. Then you can take here phi is directly proportional to I, means n phi b. Instead of phi we take n phi b. Phi b be the flux for 1 turn, and for all turns flux is equal. So n number of turns are there, then n phi b is directly proportional to I, or n phi b equal to Li. L is the constant, you know that. L equal to n phi b upon I. Then unit of inductance. How we can take the unit? We know that E equal to minus d phi by dt according to Faraday's law. Then phi is nothing but the Li. So d by dt into Li, L is the constant of derivative, take outside, So minus L di by dt. Then you can take here, magnitudely you can take E equal to L di by dt. So L equal to mod of E or mod of di by dt. Yeah, unit of E is volt, unit of current is ampere, and time second. So volt per ampere per second. Volt per ampere per second, and it is called as the Henry. Name of the scientist. Give a name of the scientist who found a self-induction and mutual induction. A definition of inductance. Look here, so many definitions are there. It is the ratio of induced EMF produced around the circuit to the rate of change of current in it. Look here, E upon di by dt. E means induced EMF, and divided by means a ratio we take. Means it is the ratio of, from this formula you can make the definition. It is the ratio of induced EMF produced around the circuit to the rate of change of current in it. Or you can take, that means instead of ratio you use per unit word. So induced EMF produced around the circuit per unit rate of change of current in it. Simply you use the word ratio or you use a word per unit. Per unit means the ratio of induced EMF produced in the circuit to the rate of change of current, or you can say the induced EMF produced around the circuit per unit rate of change of current in it. Another definition is there. Look here. Here from this formula you can make the definition. We can make the definition L equal to phi upon I. So it is the ratio of magnetic flux linked with the circuit, or you can say coil also, to the current flowing through it. Mean it is the ratio of magnetic flux linked with the circuit to the current flowing through it. Or again we make the fourth definition also. How we can make it? Instead of ratio word, we use per unit. It is a magnetic flux linked with the circuit per unit current flowing through it. Mean out of this four definition, you can able to write any one definition. Okay. Thereafter we go through another topic. A role of self-inductance in the circuit. When current increases in the circuit, an induced EMF opposes to it. Hence, that means here induced EMF sends a current in opposite direction, or it resists to flow the current which is sent by the battery. Hence, work will have to be done in order to maintain a steady current I/O. Means to maintain the steady current in the circuit and to maintain the fixed magnetic field in the circuit, we have to perform work for sending the current. Means battery perform the work for sending the current, or to maintain the steady current, or to maintain the steady magnetic field. Okay. Then this work done in a time, we know that work done equals to what? One formula is there, a charge into dq into potential. But we know that charge is, we know that current equal to what? Current equal to dq by dt. So dq can be taken as I dt. So work done equals to minus E I dt. Okay, this work is done against it, so negative sign is taken. So you can take here dw equal to ei dt, or you can take E is, here you get E is nothing but the L di by dt from previous formula. Means from here you can take E equal to L di by dt, and thereafter we go through L di by dt into I into dt. So dt gets cancelled. You get here minus L I di. Okay. This is a small work done to motivate the charge. Thereafter dq. Then what is total work done? Total work done is nothing but the integration means 2 and limits of the current increases from 0 to its peak value, means steady value I0. So minus Li dt. Thereafter Li are constant. L is constant. What is integration of I? I square by 2. I square by 2, and again I square by 2 is taken, and thereafter we put the limit of the integration I0 and 0. Then here I0 square by 2 minus 0, so you can take here half Li 0 square. Now if I0 equals to 1, I0 equals to 1, then W equals to half L, or you can take L equal to 2W numerically. Hence, self-inductance of the circuit is numerically equal to twice the work done in establishing magnetic flux associated with the current in the circuit. Okay, it is a double. This work is represented energy in the circuit, means work is converted into magnetic field energy. So energy of the circuit is half L I0 square. This formula is similar to that of the kinetic energy, half mv square. If we compare both equations, look here. Here half, m is related with L. M shows the inertia, mass represent the inertia, mechanical inertia in the body. Similarly, L also shows a electric inertia as discussed previously. Thereafter, here velocity is there. Here I0 means there is a flow of the charges, rate of flow of the charges. Means this is the current, means these formulas are almost, and their analogy is there, and they are same almost. Comparing above equation, it is clear that self-inductance L of an electric circuit plays the same role, means electric inertia, as mass inertia in mechanical motion. Okay, this is about it. Thereafter we go through another topic, induction of the solenoid. I mean, you know the solenoid coil, such type of solenoid coil is there. Then add here solenoid coil. Then I be the current flowing through the solenoid. We assume certain things. Phi be the flux link with the central region of the solenoid. N be the number of turns of the solenoid. And L be the length of the solenoid. This is L length of the solenoid. N be the number of turns. Then small n equals to N upon L, mean number of turns per unit length. And as the magnetic induction at the center of the solenoid is given by this formula B equal to mu 0 Ni. The proof of this formula we discuss in chapter number 10. Okay. Thereafter B equal to mu 0 Ni. Mu 0 is the permeability of free space, N number of turns per unit length, and I be the current through it. Then magnetic field inside the solenoid. Okay. Thereafter we know the formula L equal to N phi B upon L I, as previously discussed. Then phi B is nothing but the magnetic flux. It is nothing but the vector B dot A, as discussed previously. Means flux is nothing but the product of dot product of magnetic field and area vector. So B dot A. Thereafter, but here we assume angle between B and A is 0. In the same direction they are there. Thereafter NBA cos of 0. So you can take here NBA upon I or NBA upon I. This is the L. Okay. Thereafter the value of L means I equal to NBA upon I. Okay. Thereafter L equals to B is substituted here. B is what? Here you can take here N is what? N here from this we take N equal to N into L. Okay. And here B is taken, substituted N and B. So B is what? Mu 0 Ni into A upon I. So you can take here one I gets, that means here I gets cancel, mu 0 N square A into L. Inductance. But A, look here, AL area of cross section into length, means it is the volume, interior volume of the solenoid. Okay. Thereafter, inductance per unit length. L is taken in this side. So you can take here inductance per unit length near the middle of the long solenoid, L upon L. It can be taken as mu 0 n square into A, or mu 0 n square. Area means solenoid is the almost circular front view. So you can take here pi r square. R is nothing but the 2D. Here R means d by 2. So substituting instead of R, we take a d by 2. Directly you can take here mu 0 n square pi d square by 4. Direct formula is taken. Thus, the inductance of the solenoid is directly proportional to n square, mean number of turns per unit length. Greater the number of turns and greater the length, number of turns per unit length, more the inductance. As well as inductance is also directly proportional to square of the diameter or square of the radius also you can take here. Okay. This is the induction of the solenoid. This formula is given. Thereafter, suppose we consider a inductance, so many inductance are connected in series. Means this is one of them, this is another here, and so on. These inductance are connected in series. It is just similar to that of the resistance are connected in series. So you can take total inductance or resultant inductance equals to what? L1 plus L2 plus L3 and so on. But suppose these inductance are connected in parallel like this. This is one, here is another, here is third. Inductance are connected in parallel. And as in parallel combination, we take similarly the reciprocal of the combination of the inductance or resultant inductance is equal to sum of reciprocals of individual inductances. It is just similar to that of the resistances connected in series. Then resultant resistance of the circuit is addition of them. Similarly here, and parallel combination, the reciprocal of the resultant is equal to reciprocals of sum of reciprocals of individuals. Okay. Thereafter, energy stored in the magnetic field produced by the inductance coil. Change in magnetic flux in the coil causes an induced EMF. The induced EMF opposes the change in flux. So energy must be spent to overcome, to build the magnetic field. Okay. Means actually what happens, as soon as EMF is induced in the coil or circuit, it opposes to flow it. Okay. Then by sending a current in opposite direction, it does not want to build the magnetic field. And to build the magnetic field, some work should be done. Okay. This energy is stored as a heat in a resistance of the circuit. So you can take here the induced EMF is given by E equal to minus L di by dt. The work done in moving a charge dq, again the EMF dw equals to minus E into dq. But look here, which is equals to L di by dt into dq. How we can take it? Here which formula we use here? dw equal to V into dq as discussed. And thereafter is L di by dt into dq. So you can take here dq by dt into di. Means here dt is taken divided to dq. But dq by dt is I. So you can take here Li into di. This formula is there. Then total work done equals to what? Total work done, same formula as discussed in previous topic. W equals to integration of dw. Then current increases from 0 to I. So Li di. So half L I square or UB. This is energy stored in the magnetic field. That means work should be done. Again the induced EMF. Meaning as soon as EMF is induced, it sends a current in opposite direction. Or it opposes to flow the current which is sent by the battery. And thereafter, to overcome it, certain work should be done by the battery. Okay? And this work is stored in the form of energy in the magnetic field. Means this conceptually exactly similar while charging the capacitor. When we charge the capacitors, then what happens? Initially charge is stored, then work should be done. Suppose first in the condenser first charge is brought, then certain work is done. But while brought the second charge, that means first charge opposes, and to introduce the second charge, we have to perform work against the force of repulsion, and it is stored in the form of electric energy in the surrounding space. Thereafter, we have to brought third charge. Mean two charges are already present. Then third charge is brought. Then what happens? We have to perform a work against the these two charges, force of repulsion, and that as introduce the charges inside the condenser, we have to perform work, and this work is stored in the form of electrostatic energy in the surrounding space as discussed in the chapter electrostatics, and this electrostatic energy can be taken as half cv square. If we compare this energy with this equation, then what happens? Half is there. Here is the inductance, C is the capacitance. Here is magnetic field energy. Here we go through electric energy. What is the difference is there? I is the current. Here V is the potential difference in the condenser. Means this energy analogous energy is stored in the electric field in the capacitor. Exactly same relations are there. Okay. Thereafter, we are discussing another topic, a mutual inductance. Means suppose instead of single coil, we discuss self-inductance, and thereafter here mutual inductance. Means as current produce or current increases in the first coil, what is the effect produced on the second coil? What is the effect produced on the second coil? This topic we have to discuss in the next lecture. Today, it's enough. Have a good day. Thank you.